Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today, you know. Um, but I'm the Miss Yours. Today we're playing Age of Empires Mobile. Probably one of the most upcoming games out there on the market right now. If you guys enjoy strategy games, definitely take the time to review this game, check it out. And what we're doing here on my channel is we're just taking our time, we're going through the basics, kind of reviewing each step of the way on the basics of upgrading and progressing. You know, we're not just going to be jumping in and going straight into the top end of the game, you know. Wanted to take our time, learn the game, check out the game, understand the game. I want to check out King's Lane. And for today's video, what we plan on doing is we're just going to be going into our city and we're going to be checking out the research. I wanted to take a deeper look into research and kind of go over what it has to offer for you as a player. What it has to offer just as universal buffs across the board and how it's going to affect your troops and all that fun stuff, right? So we're still low level. This is my secondary account. I have two different devices, you know? Two different devices. But yeah, universities where you guys are going to be doing your research at the university to gain powerful attribute bonuses. My base level of research speed on building level is 4%, which is pretty useful. It is. So your basics, if you want to take a look at the research, you have many trees, many columns that you guys can go after, all giving different effects across the board. And specifically today, we're going to be picking one of the two. You have military, then you also have economy. And, you know, for your basic, if you're going to be like a PvP player, or like your main goal is just to be always fighting, and you're doing a lot of buying, you know, like package buying and all that stuff, I would definitely say go ahead and probably focus military first. Otherwise, you know, if you're just more of a casual player, you know, weekend warrior and stuff like that, you know, on your break at work or before bed or anything like that, you know, I definitely would suggest go ahead and focus economy first. Just because, you know, if you're going to be doing a lot of purchasing and you're pushing VIP level, then, you know, you're going to be buying a lot of basic resources that you need, basic items that you need to level up. And so you're not going to need economy as much as you would in military. But on the contrary, you know, if you're kind of just like a weekend warrior here, then I would definitely focus on economy because you're not going to really be dabbling too much into the PvP realm of things, you know. But you got 41 sections that you guys can research for the economy section, right? And as you level up, as you grow your keep, your town level, village level, you're gonna unlock more that you have access to, right? And you can push through these pretty quickly. You know, like if you remember, if it's something you definitely want to pursue, you know, take your time, set an alarm if you need to, or if you're just online, just try and keep an eye on your timers, you know, just that way that you're always producing some kind of research. You don't want to just research one thing one day and then 3 days later start something else, and then 3 days later start something else. You know, you're not going to make much progress in that sense. Yeah, you know, if you're a weekend warrior, definitely try and just pursue the economy. I think that's one of the best things you can do as a player. Research is always vital in strategy games, and especially in this, you're going to need as much research as you can get done, you know. Very, very crucial, in my opinion. So let's just take a gander at what they have to offer in research, right? resource protection 1. Obviously this goes up to tier 5. Well, I'm just going to call these tiers or levels. So at level 1, resource protection 40,000. It does offer power towards your keep, which is just gonna be 1 power at level 1. Requirements is gonna take some lumber, stone, and food. Call it resources, right? And I wish I could see what the max levels did. You know, if I could just see ahead. I'm just gonna quick use a few of these. So you do have the prereqs before you move up the tree, obviously, which is also it's going to include previous tech. It's also going to include town level and all that fun stuff as well. So like that, you need at least 3 of 5 in order to unlock the next tree, the next column. But this is kind of like what you can see that it's all going to be about, right? Production of mills. You're going to be gaining your level here. 0 to 1. Production mills plus 2%. Power plus 3. Resources required. Now we got plenty of resources up here. I mean, these are all pretty basic upgrades. There's no reason why you can't really have them done. I'm going to go back over here. Oh my. All right. So yeah, see, this is where I'm going to be getting off kilter here, because I just wanted to go over what it has to offer. And here I am just trying to get the research done. Sorry about that. All right. So your production of mills. So what this is going to do is going to increase the production of your lumber yards. More resources, the less you get a farm, the less you get a PvP for it, you know. Villagers production plus 20. You get your power up a little bit as well. Who doesn't like power, you know? So you go from 0 to 20 in villager production. Now remember, this is gonna be progressive too. We don't have anything enough unlocked to do full progression here, but keep in mind it does go up. Production of lumber camps. It's gonna boost your lumber camps, and that's huge. Less farming, less PvP you gotta do. Troop load. I think troop load is actually pretty vital. It's gonna make you be able to carry more. And carry more it helps out. It does. It's less trips you got to make, right? Or the more you can get at once, the better. Less time in the map, the better. Less time being protected. Less time having your bubble drop, the better. So once you get through the first set of trees and you get troop load unlocked, and you can head on over to this tree, which is food gathering and wood gathering. So you get a 2% increase just on this. Now we can just say that it's going to be 2% across the board. So if you do 5 of 5, that's going to be an extra 10% gathering speed, which 10% is huge. You know, say it's an hour to gather, you know, you're knocking off 6 minutes of that. That's pretty big, especially in a 24-hour period too. Same thing, wood gathering speed. I'm assuming it progresses up to 10%. If anyone has all of this done, I'm curious. Leave a comment down below and let me know what the full amount is for these beginning levels. And on the contrary too, it doesn't just help your gathering, it helps you building speed. Building speed is going to be huge. It's going to help you spend less money, and it's going to help you progress further in the game. Get your buildings done quicker. The more you can advance outside of your city as well. And it gives a nice little power increase there for you. Nothing wrong with that, right? And then one of my all-time favorites, you know, I love research. I do. So you get your research speed here. And if you progress this, it seems like you go up to 5%, which is very, very, very good. I mean, these trees, there's a lot of research here, you know. You get your research speed, you get your building speed, production of quarries. So the same thing is like what we've previously seen. You know, it's just going to increase your production here. Looks like it's going to be 10% there. Looks like it's going to be 10% for the gold. Stone's going to be 10%. Gathering speed itself, another 10%. Gathering troops attack. Now, this is where I can see this being good because you're kind of protecting the troops that you have out there gathering for you. But I generally like to be able to not have to worry about get an attack while I'm gathering. You know, that should be my little safe spot. You know, keep PvP, PvP. But if you do happen to get busy and your troops are out there on the map all alone, just doing their thing, farming for you, this is where the gathering troops attack is going to help you. Same thing with the gathering troops defense. It looks like you can, it's going to be a tier of 5. So it's going to be roughly 40%, 20%. 20% for attack, 20% for defense. It's pretty good. Now this is kind of where they just made it this far up into the tree. Now you're going to start seeing a lot of repeats of things, but it's all stackable, you know, because we already have production of mills. This is production mills too. So this is going to go on top of what you already have. So you get 10% from the last one, you can get another 15% from this one, right? Also increases your power, nice little power boost. But don't forget, you can't jump ahead either. You can't jump ahead with the economy or any of the research. Anyways, you know, there's always a requirements, a prereqs that you need to advance further up, which is it's going to include, you know, building levels. It's going to include the research levels and all that. Production of lumber camps, another 15%. Quarries another 15%. Gold mines another 15%. Building speed, it looks like you're going to get another 7.5% out of building speed, which is huge. Research speed, another 7.5% on top of the last 5% that you got, which is huge. I mean, that's what, 12.5% for research speed so far, and then building speed. Food gathering 2, wood gathering 2, stone gathering 2, gold gathering 2. Looks like you're gonna be getting another 15% there. In the wood, stone, and the gold, that's another 15% across the board. Resource production. Protection. So it looks like you're gonna be going up 60k here, and I'm not too sure what that's going to advance. Is it 10k each? Is it 60k each? That I'm not too sure, but you get a nice little power boost there, and helps protect your resources. I mean, you got five levels you can get out of this. So just call it 60 to maybe it'll go up to 100k roughly. I don't want to be wrong, so I don't want to say for sure what it's going to do. Production of mills. It's like you get another 20% here. So that's another 20%. Possibly going to 0 to 4%. At 5 levels, another 20% of the mill production. Same thing with lumber camps, quarries, gold mines. That's another 20%. And then my all-time favorite, research speed and building speed. Looks like you get another 10% there for building speed, and then you're probably going to get another 10% for research speed, which reduce that brings you up to 22.5% research speed. 22%. That's good. That's good. I mean, I personally won't complain. Food gathering 3. It's another 20% for food gathering, wood gathering, stone gathering, and gold gathering. 20% across the board on that. Gathering troops unit loss prevention. That can come in handy because that's less troops that are going to die on you, you know? So that's going to be 4%. So, I mean, it's not even just like a base number of 10,000 troops or 5,000 troops or 1,000 troops. You're actually getting a percentage out of that. So say you send 100 troops, that's 4 of them. 4. Then you can also get this up to 20%. So, I mean, that's 20 for every 100. Or 2 for every 10, I should say. So that's a pretty good portion of your march size that you're going to keep protected, you know? Gathering troop unit damage reduction. So that's good. Their defense is going to be better. They're taking less damage, and you're preventing getting lost as well. So, I mean, that's just ultimately really good. I mean, between the two, I mean, I'd say that's probably close to 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 troops on average. That's almost cutting it in half. You know, the 20% there as well. And then as far as the last 2 sections that I can get up to, you're gonna have resource production and then also resource gathering. But the nice little kicker to it is, instead of being like the rest of them where you see 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, you're getting 0 of 10 here. You know, so you get a nice little added extra 5 levels for a bonus there at the end. And on top of that, you're getting 2%. So you guys get to the bottom of this research tree, and you get an extra 20% in your productions, your resource production right here. Getting a solid little power boost as well. And then resource gathering for all you gatherers out there. I mean, don't forget, you just did the research for unit damage reduction and then unit loss prevention. So you get another 20% there for gathering, just in the speed. So to me, that's pretty damn solid. And I mean, that's just your general look at the economy research. Now, I do suggest doing the economy research if you're kind of like a weekend warrior or you're just a part-time player. You know, obviously, if you're doing PvP, you want to focus military first. In our video in a few days from now, we're going to be going over the military tree and just seeing what we can gain for stats in there, because I think that's going to be nice to look at. I do. But listen, that's it for now. That's it for me. I'm curious what you guys think, what direction each player or what you went as far as the research goes. You go economy first, or you kind of just doing them both at the same speed? Are you doing military first? What direction did you go? I'm very curious. Leave a comment down below and let me know. And don't forget, if you guys haven't, if you guys can, make sure you guys tap that sub button. Turn on notifications, smash that like button, share this video, join up on Discord as well. We do giveaways, so keep that in mind. We give back to you guys that are always watching on live stream, so we like to give back to the community. But for now, chat, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. Have a good day, have a good morning, have a good night. Peace. Mwah.